Thank you for joining us for our Made at Home series with family and consumer science agents from across the state. My name is Christina Garner and I'm the FACS agent in Stewart County. Today I'll be joining Becca Stackhouse and Candace Tucker to bring you some research-based nutritional information and recipes about fruits and vegetables that are currently in season. Today we're going to start with pumpkins. I'll be starting the program off with some basic nutritional information, followed by Candace, who'll dive a little deeper into that nutritional information, and then Becca's going to wrap us up with an awesome recipe at the end. So to just kind of give you some basics about pumpkin, pumpkin is fat-free. It's also saturated fat-free, cholesterol-free, and sodium-free. It is packed full of some minerals. It's high in vitamin A and C, and a great source of vitamin K. You can purchase pumpkin canned or fresh, and it still has those great nutritional characteristics depending on the convenience and the time of the season. Right now, pumpkin is in season, but typically throughout most of the year, it's not in season. So that's when we look at those canned options. A couple other nutritional benefits of pumpkin. It has beta-carotene in it, and that beta-carotene is indicated by the bright colors that you see, especially when you slice open a pumpkin. Beta-carotene is an important antioxidant that converts to vitamin A in our body. So on the previous slide, we talked a little bit about vitamin A in pumpkin, and that's where this comes from. It's converted in your body into vitamin A. We also have some vitamin C, and in fact, 1 cup of pumpkin, which is a typical serving of pumpkin, provides 50% of the daily recommendation of vitamin C. And just some easy fun facts about pumpkin. Pumpkin mats can be made. They were made by Native Americans. They dried the strips of the pumpkin and then wove them together as mats. It's not just for pies. You can add it to your smoothies, to your yogurt, maybe even to pancakes. Some people put it in oatmeal, so it just adds a little bit of flavor and brings you some of those nutritional characteristics to some everyday foods that you might eat. Pumpkins also are grown on every continent except for Antarctica. So that's the basics of the pumpkin, but now we're going to pass it over to Candace Tucker, and she's going to dive a little bit deeper into the nutritional information. Candace?
Thank you, Christina, and hello, everyone. My name is Candace Tucker, and I am the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Coweta County. And if you are a diabetic, you may be wondering, how do fruits and vegetables affect your diabetes? Well, the good news is that all fruits and vegetables are good for you in moderation. So this week, let's take a look at pumpkin. Pumpkin is a healthy food rich in nutrients and compounds that can actually support blood sugar control. Just 1/2 of a cup of pumpkin puree contains 12% of the daily value for fiber. And fiber-rich foods have been shown to improve blood sugar control. Eating just a single portion of pumpkin shouldn't significantly affect your blood sugar levels. However, if you eat a large amount of pumpkin, that could drastically increase your blood sugar. Some of the most common ways we like to enjoy pumpkin may be drinking flavored coffee like pumpkin spice lattes and eating baked goods like pumpkin pie. While these foods contain pumpkin, they also pack on less healthy ingredients and excess calories, and really they don't offer the same benefits as eating pumpkin. So now I'm going to hand it over to Becca, who is going to demonstrate a delicious recipe using pure pumpkin.
Christina and Candace. I am Becca be working with. So you're gonna need whole wheat flour, all-purpose flour, vegetable oil, brown sugar. You're gonna need cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and salt. You're gonna need baking powder, pumpkin puree, eggs, unless you're making it vegan, which I am, and so you need flaxseed to replace that. And then I'm gonna add some chocolate chips to it, and then I'm gonna add some raisins. So before you get started, make sure you preheat your oven to 400 degrees and make sure you wash those hands. You've got 5 steps to make sure that your hands are clean and ready to touch the food that you're preparing for people. Once you've done that, we are going to take our pumpkin, put it in our bowl. So that was 1 3/4 cups of pureed pumpkin. I cut our sugar a little bit down. I'm only putting in 1/2 cup of sugar. It calls for 1.5 cups. So if you want all the sugar, add it. But we are featuring diabetes. So if you've got diabetes, be aware that it's got a sugar count and use a substitute. So we're gonna add those two together. Then we're gonna add our eggs in. So 2 eggs or flaxseed eggs. And then lastly, we're gonna add our oil in here. So before we add anything else, we're gonna get those nice and combined together to make our cookies. Once they're all combined, we're gonna add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. So we're gonna add our whole wheat flour, and we got 1 4 cups of that. Then we're gonna add our all-purpose flour, and we have 1.5 cups of that. Then we've got those spices. So we have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna add those in there. Then we're gonna add in our tablespoon of baking powder. And we're getting it all ready. So instead of adding in raisins, you've got a few other options that you can add in. You can add in apples, you can add in some dates or some prunes instead of raisins. You could even add in cranberries. So kind of whichever one you want. So we're gonna get it nice and mixed. So we're gonna add in 1 cup of our raisins, and then have about 1/2 cup of chocolate. Get down to some of the wet. So instead of hand mixing, you got a mixer. You can dump all your ingredients into your mixer. You can even use a hand mixer, kind of however you want to get your cookies mixed. You want to get your kids engaged, they can help you measure it out. Or, like I had it all pre-measured out, you can let them help you dump it into the bowl. So you can engage them and make it an interactive, fun way to help them get engaged in the kitchen. Okay, now that we've got our cookies mixed together, we're gonna grab our sheet pan. We've got parchment paper, which helps not have cookies stick. It makes your cleanup easy. So we're gonna put our pumpkin cookies on our sheet. So our cookies are all in our pan. We have that preheated oven at 400 degrees. Now you're gonna let these cookies bake for about 10 to 12 minutes. Then you can eat them immediately, or I'm gonna show you another way that we can eat them. So after 10 to 15 minutes, your cookies are ready to eat. You can eat one nice and warm, or you can have them for that breakfast while you're on the go, or let them cool a little bit and get completely cool, and then stick them in the freezer and let them freeze, and then stick them in a container for some consumption later. Remember, it made 48 cookies, so you could have some now, save some for later. They're a great snack that you can have, breakfast you can have. Thank you for joining us with this episode of Made at Home about pumpkins, pumpkin nutrition. Remember, check us out all month long as we're going to give you different monthly produce that's seasonal with recipes and nutrition.